Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday market webcast. All right, daily chart. And look, the Bears had a great opportunity yesterday to follow up on this low and try to take things down and deal with the bottom of that rectangle that I drew for everybody yesterday. And, I mean, there's really no other way to put it. I mean, they didn't do it. I mean, they didn't do it times 1,000. So where that leaves us on the daily chart is right up here, tucked into the 200-day exponential moving average, which they tested and they pushed back off of. Okay, you've got the daily mid-band coming in today at 39.82. We've just tested that from underneath on the 5-minute chart. What the Bears do not want to have happen is have this come in and you don't want to be making lows of the day here. If you do that and they close it green, you're going to end up with something very different on the continuation chart. Now look, as far as the front month chart is concerned, this is when the roll gets a little weird. I don't do this very often. We're going to do it this morning. So here's the front month chart. Now the front month chart is a whole other deal. The front month chart is, okay, well, yeah, we didn't do a very good job at the 9-day. But we came up into the daily mid-band and we're trying to hold it here. So, with June being the front month contract, I have to defer for the moment to this chart, which I don't do very often. But it's too important of a moment. For now, to ignore the fact that on the June chart, all we've done is test the daily midband and having it hold. Okay. I think we'll get this resolved in the next couple of days. What I would say to the Bears is, though, the same thing I said 30 seconds ago. You don't want to be making lows here. You don't want that continuation chart to look like support at the 20-day. And we could, unless they go up and take out 40.10, which is not a certainty today, what you're going to be left with is this kind of in-between area where you've got yet another roundy. I mean, if you think about yesterday, we opened up at 3,900, right down at the roundy, and they took it basically straight up. I will be very curious Sunday night into Monday whether we are stuck between 40.10 and 39.80 on the close. So that basically sticks you between this mid-band and this mid-band. Now, why do I use a continuation chart? The reason I've used a continuation chart for over 10 years is the following. I want my daily chart, every day on my daily chart, to be where the vast majority of the eyeballs were on that day. So when we do the roll, sometimes stuff gets weird. Stuff's getting weird. The roll's the roll. Hourly chart. So here's that box. Again, it's a continuation chart, but the box is the box. And weekly pivot is weekly pivot. We talked about it could break down from the box, test the bottom of the box and go. Break out from the box, test the bottom of the box and go. Break out, test. It tried to go. They're bringing it back in. Okay? And again, this is that continuation chart, weekly pivot. It gets a little bit of a different look on a front month, but not much. I don't have the weekly pivot drawn here, but weekly pivot is weekly pivot is weekly pivot. And you can see the top of the box is here, bottom of the box is here. The key on whether you're talking about a continuation chart or the June chart, the key today for me, even more so than the mid-band, I think that'll work itself out next week, is do we close above or below the weekly pivot? It was a clean test It's something very achievable for the Bears to try to get back. And I think, if you're the Bears and you want a victory today, if you can close below 39.50, you can basically say to everybody, all right, look, I don't give a shit what chart you're looking at. Either we went up to the 200 and we held that, or we went up to the daily pivot and we held that. Oh, and in the process, we broke we didn't turn the continuation chart on mid-band into support. So save it, and I'll see you Monday morning. If you're the Bulls, you want to take it all out. Take out 40.10, close up above there somewhere. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to close somewhere in between. Now, if we do, what you're going to see, you can see the bands are getting tight. It's going to start to consolidate again. Don't overtrade the consolidation, especially not on a Friday. Especially not on a Friday afternoon where there's perfectly good basketball on. Do not tear yourself up over trading and chasing performance on a Friday. You shouldn't be chasing performance on a Friday. We ended up long 01. We're long 75s right now. We didn't get stopped out, but we just kind of kept that yesterday as a flyer to see if they really wanted to run away and hide with it. And we were short down into the bottom of the area. So it's just a matter of and whatever your opinion is and whatever chart you're on, all of this culminates on the 22nd at 2 o'clock. That's where the rubber meets the road. Everybody's waiting on the Fed. So you've had some negative bank news. Now you've had some positive bank news. It's all whatever. Now it's what's the Fed going to do? That's the next big unknown that we've got to get moved over into the known box. And then we can see what the intention of this thing is through the rest of March and, in my opinion, into April until you start to see earnings. But I don't normally flip you guys between continuation charts and front month charts very often, but today is a day where that had to happen. I don't think we've ever done that before. So, all right, whatever. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. Great weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Talk to everybody on Monday. Be good or not.